Hi, everyone. It's from Road Phyllis, holding on to hope when you are going through a hard knock life. You know, Annie has reminded generations of theater goers that the sun will come out tomorrow, and we are thrilled to have joining us one of the love to hate actors. I'm talking about Miss Hannigan, also known as Stefanie Londino. How are you? And thank you for joining us.
Oh, our pleasure. We're so glad to be here in Chicago. Woohoo!
I know. I'm sorry. We're like, Miss Hannigan wouldn't be Miss Hannigan if we weren't doing hair and makeup right now, right?
I figure I'll give you the behind the scenes look as I get ready for our matinee here.
I love that. And I know that our viewers would love that.
In my dressing room doing my makeup. I have my pin curls in, so I'm ready for my wig,
Yeah.
drinking as much water as possible and getting ready to
Right.
burn it down.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Annie's been around for a long time. Why do you think that it still has the same power to attract generation after generation?
Yeah, it's really extraordinary in that way. It's a legacy show, a lot of history attached to it, a lot of renown and so much recognition. These songs coming into it, and grandma knows them, and mom knows them, and new kids doing their first musical are getting to experience the joy of Annie. And I think it speaks to everyone because at the end of the day, the concept that tomorrow's going to be brighter, no matter what's going on today, no matter how dark things get, hold on to your hope, and tomorrow's going to be a shinier day. That's a beautiful idea, and it keeps people going through whatever tough time they're going through. And the show is set in the Great Depression, and obviously, people are experiencing that kind of hardship now, or whatever kind of hardship they're experiencing. It's a message of hope, and I think that's everlasting.
I think so too. When you're out there and you guys are just, you're kicking off the tour, you just kicked off the tour. Is there a huge difference in the audience in terms of, city to city?
Oh my gosh, enormous difference city
Really?
to city. The jokes land depending. Oh yeah, big time. Well, in terms of like, certain markets find certain things more funny than others. Like the humor lands differently, and the story lands a little bit differently too. I mean, Annie is a New York love note, no question about it.
Yeah.
It's a love story about New York, about a little girl, and getting to see all the sides of it, and we get to see it with her through that experience. And I think, if you understand that love note feeling about New York, this show sits with you differently. It really moved me in the beginning. In rehearsal, we do this big number, NYC, and it's all the characters. It's the man running for the looking at the watch and running for the taxi, and it's the Rockettes, and it's the sailors on shore leave, and it's the little girls in the skating rink. I mean, it's the whole picture postcard of what New York is, and it chokes me up. It really does choke me up.
Because obviously Annie's been around for a long time. There's been quite a few different Miss Hannigans. How do you keep it
Correct.
so relevant that it's you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a great question. I feel like, uh, first of all, she's been played by some absolute legends, and I am honored to follow in that trajectory of that legacy. Carol Burnett is like about as iconic as it gets, and
Right?
there's definite flavor of her in my Hannigan. But oh my God, definitely. But I feel like occasionally she falls into the realm of caricature, and we didn't want that. To me, she's deeply human. This is a real person in a
Yeah.
horrible circumstance who is this horrible because she is this unhappy and this trapped.
Mhm.
So, a lot of the press everywhere has kind of been like, and again, that we kind of felt like, oh God, I kind of feel for her.
Right,
I do.
right.
I feel for her. Uh, so there's an element of that I feel like is so human and so important, and the show in general is a story of a lot of humanity, and you get to see all the sides of it. So I think it's understandable to me why it's lasted as long as it has.
Absolutely. What's it like working with a cast of, kids versus adults? It's kind of equal, I think, at this point. But you do have a lot of kids. I mean, definitely a big difference in working in a production with a lot of kids.
Oh, for sure. So we have seven girls,
Yeah.
our majestic seven, and I love talking about them because I genuinely adore these angels. I call
Really?
them my chickens, and they're just yes. And we do all kinds of fun stuff, and we hang and we play cards and we chat, and they astonish me. They're just such little originals. They're so smart and intuitive and deeply professional. I mean, you have
Yeah.
a group of 12 to 15-year-olds and
Wow.
like little pros. They're
Right.
just little pros and just so talented. I'm really excited for you to see them work. Just what an extraordinary little bunch of girls, and I'm grateful for them every day. Holy cow, what fun we have! If anyone's
So
curious, you
much
can come by.
fun.
We do all kinds of silly shenanigans and we love to share all that behind the scenes stuff. So if you guys want to catch more of me and the orphans, please come join us.
You got kids, dogs. I mean, what else is there in life, right?
Right? We have the whole thing. We have the whole kit and caboodle. Yes. Oh, so fun to do a show with dogs. My
Oh my
goodness.
gosh. So fun to do a show. And is Sandy such a great dog?
Okay, so we travel with two dogs,
Okay.
and Sandy is played primarily by Addie
Yeah.
Addison. She's our main Sandy, and
Oh,
she's just a wonderful, sweet girl. And we have a second dog, Georgie, who's basically our Sandy understudy, and he's in training to be Sandy, and he'll give Addie a break occasionally every once in a while. And he is just the biggest, flumpiest boy you ever saw. So we are up to our ears and adorable over here.
so, I don't know if everyone knows this. I think this is phenomenal. Is that you're in a band. And not only are you in a band, you also opened for Bon Jovi.
Yes, I'm in two bands, and
Okay.
yes, the one band we opened for movie in April. Yeah, at the in Charlotte at
Okay.
the stadium, 20,000 in the crowd. That was definitely the biggest house I'd ever played.
Wow.
That's a feeling.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
okay. First and foremost, I mean, let's talk about how different it is to be in a production, not only a production that's like everyone knows of, and then to be in two bands. How do you prepare for all this? How do you do this?
Yeah, it's a crazy life, but we love it. Yeah, it's I how do I talk about that? I feel like to be an artist, you tend to have to wear a lot of hats, but
Mhm.
I love to kind of wear a lot of hats, and I really feel like doing the different things fuels the others. The work in the band is directly applicable and vice versa, and because I have the band, my work in the show is better, and vice versa. I feel like your other passions fuel what you're doing.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not a detraction, it's an addition.
Do you have more stuff planned for this year for 2023?
With the band.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my band that I front with my now husband, I got married in May.
Well,
Oh yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got married in May. And yeah, but our band is called West Side Waltz. And if anyone wants to check it out, it's on Spotify. Our debut album is out now everywhere you're streaming music. And yeah, we're planning a little mini tour for the summer when we're off from the show once Annie's over.
Right.
And yeah, we'll get back to the music. We'll get back to kind of more of our regularly scheduled programming, if you will.
Yes,
And
I can't wait. I can't wait to see you. And once again, guys, you can catch Annie just for a limited time at the Cadillac Theater, playing now through March 19th. And thank you again. We will see you this evening.
my pleasure. Thanks so much, Phyllis. Take care.
You'll stay up till this dump shines like the top of the Chrysler.